IBT Online, and today I'm joined by my colleague Andrew.
Hey everyone, great to be here.
So in today's video, we're going to be discussing the USMCA environment and the online tools you need to grow your exports, grow your sales, your brand, and your business in Mexico and Canada. As some of you may know, at IBT Online, we help companies and exporters go global and grow their exports, sales, brand, and business in different markets. We do this through our online global programs by building optimally a localized websites, international online marketing programs, and different online tools to help you grow. So naturally, USMCA is super important for a lot of our clients and a great step for US exporters wanting to reach new markets other than their domestic US markets. Whether you are just beginning this journey or already on the path to exporting to Mexico and Canada, we have great tools to help you grow your visibility and sales in these markets, and we will touch upon this in this video.
Absolutely, let's get started. So as I'm sure you all know, the NAFTA agreement was replaced by the USMCA in 2020, and this updated agreement has been designed to promote trade and investment opportunities between the US, Canada, and Mexico, and it's much more aligned with the needs of an exporter today. So to give you a quick overview before we dive into the specifics, USMCA represents a total of 3 countries, which accounts for nearly $23 trillion of combined GDP and 579 million people. Also important here is the diversity of languages. There's about 165 different languages spoken within just these 3 countries, of which, for example, Spanish is the first language for 121 million people and French for 17 million. So the USMCA agreement encourages profitability in businesses because there's less red tape, lower barriers for entry, and it makes it easier for smaller businesses to succeed and trade. So Canada and Mexico are both attractive and profitable markets for you to enter. This means that now is a great time for you to invest in your exporting strategy to Canada and Mexico. And the only real question is, how do you make that exporting objective a success for you and your company? Mercedes?
The answer is having a localized website and a defined international marketing strategy. Your export strategy is not a one-size-fits-all. It is very important to remember that Canada and Mexico are very different markets to the US in terms of culture, geography, language, online behavior, and many more. So having a localized website and a defined international marketing strategy is essential for you to succeed when trying to enter these markets. Your US website and current marketing efforts in the States simply won't work in Canada and Mexico. Your prospects won't be able to find you as your website and products do not appear in their search results. We have an example here of a company we work with called Armor Protective Packaging. Although they had some distributors in Canada and Mexico, they were struggling to succeed. We built them 2 localized best practice websites, one for Canada market and one for Mexico. These websites gave Armor a strong online presence, making them easy to be found, easy to be understood, and do business with. They saw an immediate return on investment in both these markets, thanks to the uptick in the sales, as Canadian and Mexican prospects were now finding, communicating, and purchasing from them.
And this example gives you an idea of how different the US, Canada, and Mexico are, and it shows you how you need to tailor your strategy to the market that you're trying to reach. In order to succeed in the Mexican market, for example, you really need to leverage and operate on their online environment, which includes being present on their preferred social media platforms, having your website optimized to their searching habits, and having your products aligned with the keywords that they would search for. Mexico is well connected and has a Spanish-speaking population that is tech-savvy and modern, a great destination for any exporter. Mexico, with a population of about 130 million people, is the 2nd largest economy in Latin America. This is a completely different market than your US domestic audience. So you cannot expect your US-based website to engage with Mexico's online environment. It simply won't show up in people's searches in Mexico. So the most important first step is to create a localized online presence for Mexico, a .mx website. Having a localized website means that your products and services, now translated into Spanish, will be optimized for this audience, their searching behaviors, and also their preferred keywords. So your next step is to set up a dedicated Mexico marketing strategy that will continue to drive the traffic and deliver conversions to your MX website. Of Mexico's population, about 100 million people are active social media users. So as you can see, Mexico is a very plugged in population. In fact, there's more social media users than internet users. This is perhaps because it is quite a young population who are active on social media. Mexicans rank 7th in the world in the amount of time spent on social media, and an average of 3.5 hours a day spent on social media, with Facebook and YouTube ranking as their favorite platforms. So to be successful in Mexico, you have to have an active social media presence that links back and supports your Mexico website. So given Mexico's geographical landscape, people rely on mobile devices heavily, and business, trade, and exports are concentrated within urban environments. So this is important to know for your marketing strategy, as Mexico is a mobile-first market. They're fast and early adopters of new apps and new technologies. And in fact, the percentage of people access to the internet via mobile devices is about 96%. So when you're creating content for Mexico audience, you need to make sure that it is mobile friendly.
There are huge cultural, business, as well as linguistic differences between your prospects in Mexico and those in Canada. First and foremost, Spanish is a language you need in Mexico, whereas in Canada, you need to remember that there are English-speaking and French-speaking regions. And the French spoken in Canada is different to the French spoken in France, for example. So for you to succeed in Canada, you need to be able to offer your Canadian prospect, business partners, and customers a local user experience, a localized website, in this case, a .ca. This is in line with the languages they speak, how they research, and which social media platform they use. Canada is a highly profitable market with the 5th largest economy in the world. Canada has one of the highest GDP per capita. It is also huge. It is the 2nd largest country in the world with 10 different provinces and 3 territories in the north to keep in mind. Canada has an online environment that is very plugged in, with 94% of its population using the internet. Canadians are spending about 6.5 hours of their time every day online. This is way more than us here in the US. One of the major features about the online environment in Canada is that Canadians are much more aware and sensitive about online privacy, data protection, and compliance regulations. Just for contrast, for example, here in the US, only about 26% of people express concern about how companies use personal data. This compares to about 45% in Canada. Canadians are concerned for their data privacy, and this is an important feature to keep in mind when creating your Canadian website and designing content for the Canadian audience. All this information tells you that creating a .ca website that is localized for the Canadian audience is your first step towards penetrating the Canadian market. This will ensure your products and services are found by Canadian prospects and that your company looks trustworthy and appealing to the Canadian viewer. Final point here is that in comparison to Mexico, Canada is a slower adopter of apps and social media trends. However, the percentage of active social media users is growing and has been growing consistently. They are growing in mobile connections, but most notably growing in social at an active rate of 8% per year. So don't forget about social media when it comes to your Canadian marketing strategy.
Yeah, and so as you can see, Mexico and Canada are vastly different and highly profitable export markets for US companies. On our website, we have additional resources, including dedicated videos and blogs for both Mexico and Canada. Most importantly, we have a dedicated program called the USMCA Online Global Program. This is here to help companies be successful and competitive in these export markets. This involves our website localization and online marketing programs. So you can find the details of this program on the USMCA dedicated webpage, or get in touch with us to learn more directly.
We would love to hear from you. Please don't hesitate to reach out if you're seeking more information regarding growing your online presence, your sales, and exports in these markets. We would be very happy to discuss your exporting strategy with you, and see you on our next video.
Bye, thank you.